Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another part of my Reno Me Gryphi series. In this series, I take builds that you have uploaded to the gallery under the hashtag Reno Me Gryphi, follow any instructions you may have included on budget or who's living there, what they want done, and I renovate your builds. Sometimes it's you trying to figure out how to get a better floor plan, or maybe you just want to see how I would attempt the same space. And I'm so excited to be bringing this back. So today we are working on this build, which is called the Base Game Family Home, but it's not Base Game, from TayTaySells. And it says, please show me what you would have done differently. By the way, I love to watch your builds and I have all the packs, so go crazy. I thought that would be a perfect one to return to the series with because there weren't too many limitations there. Just basically take the house and play around with it. Change whatever you'd like to using all of the packs. So yes. So this is the front of our house here. It's a cute little blue house. We have a nice little front porch with some chests, a garage space, and out back there's a pool, this covered section here, and just like a couple things around. I like the easel in the backyard and some of the landscaping. And then if we head inside, there is a little entryway, our kitchen and dining, living room, and a bathroom. And then upstairs there are 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. And it looks like there is a shared bedroom for a kid and a toddler, so I wanted to keep that in the final build. So that is what we were working with. So let's head on into the renovation. Starting off here by getting rid of all of the trees, all of the landscaping, just so I could get a better view of the house, and there was a good chance that I was going to change some of that up anyway since I was given like free reign with this home. I did try and keep most of the layout the same and like the exterior, so you'll see like I change out some columns and fencing and windows and like siding and stuff, but the shape of the home remains the same, and the roof and all of that. I really wanted this to still be the same home. I tried to keep the renovation pretty realistic in that way. So you'll see inside, like even the plumbing and stuff in the house is in the same locations for the most part. Like in the kitchen, I have the sink in the same spot and the fridge and the stove, but the kitchen looks a lot different than it did before. It ends up being really open and airy inside, and I really like how that came out. I also kept with a blue siding, but I decided to darken it up ever so slightly using this new siding that we got with Growing Together. And I changed out the windows for the shuttered ones because I just thought that they would have more of a presence on the front of the house. And they were a similar size, and I actually love that I did that. I think it looks so nice. And over here I was able to put a bigger window, also with shutters. These are from the Discover University pack, and I just think that they look amazing here. I was quite happy with it. It was nice to have the, hey, just do whatever you want with this build. And so I just kind of like updated it and tried to fill out a little bit more with decoration and make it look like nice and clean and a cohesive color scheme. So definitely let me know what you think of this build. And if you'd like to submit a build of your own, whether it's something like this with free reign or something you'd like some help with, or if you want to submit like just a completely destroyed build you'd like to see brought back to its former glory, you can go ahead and upload those builds to the gallery using the hashtag RenoMeGryphi, and I will take a look because I would like to bring this series back. I think it's a lot of fun, and I generally do these over on Twitch. This one I did also on Twitch first, so if you'd like to see them in real time, maybe be there when I'm renovating your build, you can follow me over on twitch.tv/Gryphi. I stream 3 days a week, so it'd be cool to have you over there. So anyway, the outside is starting to come together here. I kept accidentally grabbing that van and almost placing down a ton of them, but I fixed it in the end, and then I'm just getting some new landscaping. I ended up using a lot of these trees from Cats and Dogs. I think they are really pretty, and I also am just swapping out some of these small windows that were up in the roof line as well to just add to the look of this build, because the other ones really match the base game ones, and I thought that these ones just matched these a little bit better than getting a narrow tree by the corner that meets the house with the garage space. I love doing that. I feel like it just adds a lot to builds. You'll probably notice in most of my builds I add one of those trees. I just really like them. And then I got some bushes out front. I changed which bushes a few different times, I'm pretty sure, but I think it ends up looking pretty nice in the end. I had a blast decorating this house on the inside and on the outside, and I really love the texture I put in the roof. That's like, what would you call that? It's one of the new wall patterns that we got from Growing Together, and I can't think of what they're called right now. Shingles? They look so cute up there. I feel like that adds some really nice texture to the space. And then out back, I decided to get rid of the glass portions And I wanted to keep the same idea over on the back porch, so I added this pergola I made out of half walls. And I end up getting rid of the other glass one as well and just using a base game item to achieve the same kind of idea but without glass. And I move the pool around. But I keep the pool in the backyard, I keep the easel and the climbing bar. So I have all of the same items, they're just laid out a little bit different, and I think the backyard ends up being really cute. I was also able to fit a treehouse back here, which is an enormous item. I did have to extend the fencing back here ever so slightly to fit it in a little bit better, so you don't have to worry about it clipping with everything else, because it's a huge item on its own, even before you upgrade it and like build it, so that it has all of the other parts of it, because there's the ability to have like a fire pole and a slide and all sorts of things. So I wanted to make sure there was space for that. And then I just got a couple of loungers under the pergola, and we're doing some terrain paint here as well. And then I'm changing the tile out. I end up working on the backyard and a lot of the outside before we head inside. But I should be coming back to the backyard a little bit later as well to kind of finish that up and add a couple things that make more sense for the family. I just wanted to do the general outside first, because that's how I tend to build anyway, is I tend to tackle the outside. So I'm just swapping out the lights here on the back so that they match the ones that I had in the front porch. And then I changed out the picnic bench because I thought that the stone one was a little odd, or concrete. And then the first thing I do inside is actually get rid of this little entry room, because I felt like it separated the space off a little bit too much. It was really dark. And I did the same thing for the wall that was coming out of the kitchen space. It instantly opens up this space and allows this area to be more open concept, but still keep the same layout, which I was really happy with it. And I also ended up keeping the same flooring throughout. I thought about changing it, but I ended up liking this one because it's not one I use very often. And in the entryway, I did keep a little bit of separation by adding a half wall to really signal where the entry is versus where the dining room is. But I actually really liked the layout of this kitchen. This is not one I do very often. I like how there's a little bit of a wall there that kind of separates off where the regular counters are versus the island counters, and then you're able to get some seating there. I just think it's a really cozy kitchen, and I was really happy with how it came out. This is a counter set from Dream Home Decorator. It's one of my favorites, and I just thought it looked so nice and modern and clean in this space. By the way, if you like this build or the original, you can go ahead and grab the original under TayTaySells. That info should be in the description down below, and you could also see it in the beginning of the video when I showed off the gallery upload. But you can get the renovated version as well on my gallery. I will make sure to have that uploaded. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi, and that info is down below. So now we're just kind of painting some of the walls. I kind of move space by space, and I like leave the living room until we get to the living room type of thing. I just wanted to, focus on one area at a time. I also did swap out the front door because I wanted something that had some glass in it, and I thought that that base game one was quite nice. And then I'm just trying to figure out the table. I didn't want everything to be super modern, so I decided to bring in this table from Parenthood, which I think is so pretty. I love the details on the legs, and it goes with the light wood tones we were going with in this space. And then I paired it with a rug from Growing Together and some yellow chairs. It's pretty neutral in here, but I do have some pops of colors, and I tried to keep a couple of items that were throughout the space as well, like those kids' drawings and like stickers and stuff that are above the trash can. I thought that that was cute, and then I added in some more games and things in here, some arts and crafts and some puzzles to really make this feel like a family space. But I feel like it's been taken care of, and they keep it pretty clean. I also added a book bag over here, which is also from Growing Together. I love that we finally got new book bags. I like the swatches on those. I ended up using the owl one, and then I just got a mirror by the front door, and then we're changing some swatches before heading into the living room to try and figure out the layout. I think I end up keeping the original layout, but I tried to switch it this way first, and it was a work in progress. It took me a little bit of time, but I really wanted to use one of these sectionals from Dream Home Decorator. I feel like it just fit the space really nicely, so that's what I ended up doing. We're just figuring out the layout and which color right now. It does take a little while, but you can see we kind of went back to where the TV is over there, and I'm going to be getting a different TV and different table. I at first grabbed this base game one for our console table, but I'm pretty sure I changed that out for something a little bit more modern. It just wasn't quite fitting with the space. It took me a little while though, and then we're just playing around with rugs as well because I was using like the same one that I had in the dining room, and I liked it over here, but I didn't want it in two spaces, so I had to play around with that. But yeah, we're just going through looking for a chair now because I also wanted to have a chair in the corner, and I wanted to bring in lots of colors in this space to make it look really happy and youthful and kid-friendly. I don't know the words I'm looking for here, but just playing around with that. I also used this new side table that we got with the Infants update as a coffee table. I've been using it as a coffee table more lately, and I just really like it because I love having tiny coffee tables in the game. I think they work so much better in a lot of spaces. So I was quite happy with that. And then I just added some empty frames over here. So if you're playing in this space, you can fill it up with whatever family portraits you would like, or maybe just lots of pictures of your cat. Either works. And you could see the new console I put the TV on, which I think is a lot better. I think that one's from Eco Lifestyle. I might be wrong. And then I got a parenting board and a couple of chairs at the island, and then we're swapping out the desk. I keep some of the clutter here. I just changed for a nicer PC and a slightly nicer desk as well. I just think it looks prettier, and I grab a chair that is the same as the ones we have at the dining table, so everything looks really cohesive. And then over here, I decided I wanted to add some more decorations and some more toys, so I will be getting a toy box down here, but I did keep the dollhouse that we originally had. I thought that was a nice thing to have, as well as the building blocks. So I kept those things in this space. I still wanted this to feel like a nice family home that has the same layout and has some of the same items, but it's like truly been fully renovated, and I think I achieved that. So here is the downstairs bathroom. It's very scrunched together right now, and for a while I was thinking I was just going to make it a half bath and just keep the toilet in the sink. But I was able in the end to put a shower back in here. So you will see that whole process right now. And then upstairs, I do end up having a shower tub combo because this household does have a toddler. So I wanted to make sure that there was a place for you to bathe them. I know you can like wash them up in the sink as well, but I think it's just easier to have a tub and have a space for that. Also, like if you have a dog, you're gonna want to bathe the dog. So I thought it was a good idea. But anyway, this is how this bathroom ended up coming out. We used this tile from Growing Together, which I think is really pretty. And then I'm just bringing all of those things upstairs to really, fix that in this area. And it took me a while to figure out the layout in here because I was like, oh, this window's in the way. And then I just deleted the window, and then I realized it was the front of the house. So I think I kept that in so you could see me trying to figure it out. I do end up getting rid of this window that is on the side of the house instead, though, because I really needed a place to put the shower tub combo because I didn't want it to just be a tub up here. I thought it would be more useful for it to be both. So this is the layout I went with. It's a little scrunched, but it does work. I have play tested it, and the toddler potty stayed in here as well. So your Sims can teach their toddlers to use the potty. It's very helpful. I think there was one downstairs as well. I did get rid of that. So there's only one up here, but the toddler's bedroom is upstairs anyway. So I feel like it might be easier. And then I added a little pink bath mat in the bathroom to really match the kids' bedroom, which I thought was so cute. That room ends up staying incredibly pink, but I do change out the flooring in both bedrooms so that we have wood flooring throughout. Ripped up that old dirty carpet, and I think it looks so much nicer. I would love to have a place with hardwood floors someday. I've only ever really had carpet, and I want hardwood floors, so I always do it in my Sims builds. So this is the primary bedroom. I kept it pretty calming in color. I wanted it to be cozy and just feel nice. So I'm using a bed from Dream Home Decorator and some side tables from Parenthood, and then just getting some lamps and some bedside table clutter. It's nothing too extravagant in here. Like I said, it's really small, but it's also just meant to be a cozy space for these Sims to relax. So I didn't want to do too much. I also end up getting rid of these windows above the bed. They weren't in the original build. I added them in because I thought they might look nice, but I decided I'd prefer to put some artwork up there. So I got rid of those windows and I put this painting instead, and I think it looks really cute. And just figuring out the last couple of things. I believe we get a mirror over here, and that's it for that room. And then we're heading into the kids' bedroom, trying to figure out what the best layout is here, because I had the idea to keep it all pink, but change it up a little bit and use whatever I thought would look nice. I really wanted to use the new toddler bed that came with the infant update. It's the one you can upgrade from the crib. And I thought that would look nice in here. I also painted the walls a plain pink, and I decided to put the toddler bed under the loft bed instead of separately like it was in the original version. And then the dresser I used in here is from Eco Lifestyle, just getting some clutter up there. And I end up having a different bookcase in here, I think, or maybe that one in this different swatch. Yeah, I just changed it to white. I thought that that was cute. I always forget that one exists. One thing that the original in this had that I thought was so cute is that cloud shelf down on the wall, like really far down. So it looked like a bedside table for the toddler. I loved that. There wasn't really a way to make it work in the layout I had here, but I did decide to include that in this space anyway, just like with some books on it. I thought it was pretty cute. And then it just got a little mirror over here with some stickers on it. And then we were in the upstairs hallway. I kept the toy box that was here originally, and I believe I just added like a shelf with some linens on it from Eco Lifestyle. At first I put a bookcase, which I should be grabbing here shortly. And I also have this messy laundry basket. I don't have functional laundry in this build, but you could add that if you'd like to. But I thought the idea of having a laundry basket the kids throw stuff in and it's always a mess just seemed realistic. So that's what I decided to do here. And now I should be swapping out for that linen shelf. That just feels also realistic near the bathroom on the top floor. So that's what I did. And then just fixing up the windows with some blinds here. And then I think the last couple things I do are in the backyard. I add a toddler pool, since we do have a toddler in this space, and I'm trying to remember what else. I do a couple of things in the backyard. Oh yeah, I get a floaty in the pool. I imagine the kids probably would have picked that out. I just realized that little drain thing is in the bottom of the pool. It's not centered because that's not where it originally was. So I will try to remember to fix that or delete it before I upload this to the gallery. But that's pretty much it for this build. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so very much for watching, and thank you for submitting this build to the gallery if you did. Make sure you submit things in the future if you'd like to see me renovate your builds, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.